For more on Northrop Grumman, we're joined on the phone by Jefferies senior equity analyst Howard Rubel. Howard specializes in aerospace and defense. Howard, thanks so much. Good to talk with you again. Shipbuilding, that spinoff is really the key for Northrop. What do you think about what they said this morning about it?
They delivered better profits out of shipbuilding than I expected, and decent volumes as well.
So it looks like they're on track to spin this off.
Well, from a profitability point of view, it gives investors something to look forward to, and clearly also the yard has the opportunity to really focus on what it does well.
Is it going to get through the Defense Department?
They should. I mean, there's no reason why a DOD shouldn't approve something like this. I mean, in fact, if anything, it allows for what I'd say is more focused management and a greater opportunity for the DOD to talk to senior managers on a regular basis.
But from the DOD, what do you expect will be the toughest questions for Northrop on this spinoff?
I think the financial strength of the business and the management team.
Okay, all right. The management, okay, well, and in your view that's strong?
Yes.
Okay. Howard, let me just play for you. Peter Cook had an exclusive interview with Ashton Carter, who's the Pentagon's acquisitions chief. I just want to play for you what he was talking about related to mergers. I want to get your reaction to it.
We are down to about 5 or 6 very large prime contractors who do lots of different kinds of work for us, bid on many of our jobs, and in the interest of competition, we're not interested in seeing further consolidation or reduction in that number. But with that exception, just about everything else is on the table.
So everything else is on the table. Where does that position Northrop, Howard?
Well, I think Northrop becomes more focused, and important contracts will mean more to the shareholders.
Well, yes, but I mean, explain that a little bit more, though. I mean, does it mean that Northrop is going to face further competition from mergers below them on smaller-sized companies? And does it mean then that the growth is limited for Northrop and the other big contractors like Boeing and Lockheed?
Well, you know, growth can come in different ways, and what we really care about in the end is earnings per share growth. And some of the excess cash can be used to repurchase shares at attractive prices from time to time. Or, in certain cases, I think drop-in mergers are still acceptable. I just think what Dr. Carter is talking about are the large horizontal combinations that we saw a decade ago. And frankly, we haven't expected any of these consolidations. And, it sort of puts the pundits on their heels because now they got to go figure out something else to talk about.
Right, well, that's true. When you say drop-in mergers, you mean smaller acquisitions you think will still get through the DOD?
They should. I mean, in certain cases, some of these companies can bring to bear a broader distribution capability, a higher technology focus, or in some cases, lower costs to the customer.
Okay. And for Northrop specifically, how do you think they are positioned vis-a-vis the Boeings and the Lockheeds? How are they positioned with defense contracts, given that we've got a budget now that is likely to stay very status quo for a while?
Well, Betty, on 2 points. One is the budget is still at a fairly elevated level, and so there's a lot of funds available. The second thing is that Northrop's on the cutting edge of what I'd call the ISR world, and that means intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. And the best way to find the bad guy today is sometime to pick his conversation off out of the airwaves, see him move from place to place, and just the data intensity of the fight has changed, and Northrop is a leader in that market.
Okay. All right, Howard, we will leave it there. Thank you very much, Howard Rubel.